All right, now we got it going. All right, everybody. So, what I wanted to start with tonight was working on some sets. So, we're going to start off right away. I'm looking to see how many beginners we have. Madeline's in class. So, Madeline, just follow along. We're going to do little pieces of some kata. Okay, so we're going to start with the beginning of fall rank. All right, what we want to work on is in this motion, we want to push our hip and then snap our hip back to the punches. All right, so we're going to work on just that stepping out. All right, so your hand comes up to here, lift your leg up, step out, push your hip. See how my hip is turned on this push. I'm pushing to this edge of my body.
Wait. You think?
No, you're right on time.
I'm going to see if I can mute everybody's mic. Hold on. All right, again. So we're here. Push. Double punch. Again. One. All right, now just from there, pull your hip back, push. Just that motion. All right, now let's tie our foot into it again. Lift your foot up. Push. All right, that whole thing. Ready? Push. And snap back. Punches. Good. And everybody, keep your mic. Trying to see. And your mic's not loaded. All right, let's try again. 2. 3. I got it. Now I know how to do it. All right, now I got it. All right. 2 places to mute you guys. I had to find out the spot. All right, couple more times. Ready? 1. 2. All right, this move now. Here, cross. I'm in a horse stance. I'm going to shift into a back stance. Here, shift. 1. 2. 3. Make this your hips. Turn. 4. 5. Okay, Kelly can. So we're in a horse stance with our right hand up in a punch. Excuse me, your left hand up in a punch. Cross your arms. Shift into a back stance. Again, from the punch. Ready, shift. Again. So your feet should not move. You just twist them. So you're not going into a cat stance, it's a back stance. Okay. 3 more times. Ready? 1. Again. 2. 3. Again. 4. Again. Ready? 5. All right, so the next set. We're here. We're going to go into this punch now. So you lift up and turn your body. See how far I'm turned? And then turn back into the punch. So again, we're here. Turn. Turn. Again. Turn. Turn. Hup. 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 Work. All right. Let's go on to Wansu. So we're going to go through, we're going to do the first set. So we're going to end up here. All right, now we're going to step forward into this downward block. So like what we're doing there, we want to do that move over and over again. So you're going to step, block. That turns your hips like this. So what I want you to do is just do that move. All right, ready? 1. Make sure that downward block is from your hip turn. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's start from the beginning. This set. Now stepping forward. Ready? Lock. Punch. Good. Again. Ready? Lock. Punch. Now, even on this punch, my right hip is moving forward as I punch. Again. Ready? Lock. To your hip turns. Punch, and your hip's not going to be able to move very far because you're already in a front stance, but you still put your hip behind the punch. The punch starts with this hip. Again. Turn, block, punch. Good. All right, from here. Ready? 1. Good. All right, so go to the end of the first set. Ready? Block. Punch. Again, from the end of the first set. block, punch. Again, try to get your hip behind the block. Block, punch. Again. Block, punch. All right, again. Ready? Block, punch. Again. Ready? Block, punch. Again. Block, punch. Good. Again. Last time. Ready? Block, punch. All right, do some on your own. Take your time between the block and the punch. Don't worry about doing it as fast as we normally do it in sets. Take your time and make sure that your hip is behind both of those moves. We're working on the first two punches of the block and the punch on the second set, Matthew, of Wansu. Okay, good. All right, so as we're doing that, we're practicing with the downward block one of the principles of power, which is moving forward, and then we're cranking in the downward block and in the punch. That crank is almost always in the kata. All right, so I'm going to do the beginning of Seisan. In Seisan, you have an opponent that's almost chest to chest with you, so you don't have enough room to punch. All right, so the first thing that we do is lower our center of gravity and slide our arm in between us and our opponent. So my forearm is pressed against my opponent. And then I'm going to push him forward by pushing off my back leg. So I'm going to turn this way, sliding my arm in here, lowering my center of gravity, and then I'm pushing not with my arm, but with my body forward. So my arm basically stays where it is to my body. So I don't like push like that. I push off my back leg. And then like the punch that we just did, we're going to right hand punch, but that's not a punch without your body. Your hip moves behind the punch. It doesn't turn because you're in a front stance. You can't turn. But it still engages your hip. That's where the punch comes from. All right, so I'm here, sliding in. Then I'm lowering my center of gravity and I'm pushing off my back leg. Push, and then right hip, punch. All right. So let's do a few of those. Ready? Take your time. Make sure you engage your hip. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Do 5 more of those. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Good work. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to move on. Again, some of the beginners don't know these forms, but we're not doing the whole form. We're just doing a piece of it. So try to follow along the best you can. When I go over it real slow, pick up the beginning, and then we're going to practice the move several times. So there's a Chinese Kempo form that we do. Actually, Craig Frederick did it the other night, Sanja Tato. And so we're going to work on that move. The power generation in that move is a little bit different because our body's turning one way and we're punching the other way. These are like opposite scissors. So the beginning of the kata, you do this slow setup 3 times. You end up in this position with your left leg forward. We're going to break, and then we're going to swing our left leg all the way around behind us. So look how I'm ending first. I'm going to end in a front stance facing this way. All right? So I started here, and I took the leg that's in front. Madeline, do it with me. All right? Then I'm going to take that arm, bring it over here, take my left leg and swing it all the way around behind me. So when I turn, I'm in a front stance, punching with my right hand. All right? So again, we're here. Now, it's simultaneous. You take your left hand and your left leg and swing it around. That's good, Madeline's mom, but put it behind Madeline. Keep going. No. Look at me. What? Everybody stop for a second. Let me help her. So I'm here. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do it so you can see my back. Okay? So I'm this way. And I'm going to swing my leg around to here. And then I'm turning my body with the punch. That's right. There you go. There you go. All right. So that move, that I was just helping Madeline's mom on that move. That move is incorporating that turn. I'm sorry, Madison's mom. I said Madeline. I meant Madison. All right. That move then is incorporating that turn to generate force. Like I said on all of these, we could do the punch all by itself. What we're doing is using the mechanics of the form to give us more power. All right? So maybe I'll do it turned around this way a couple times with you. So I'm here, left leg back, left arm out. Now finish the turn with the punch. Perfect. Good. All right, again from here, simultaneously. Reach, bring that foot back, turn your hip into the punch. Good work. I guess that helps being backwards like that. All right. Kelly's going to do it with you, and so she's going to do it that way, backwards. Okay. So we're swinging our left leg and left arm. Then finish the turn and punch. Good. See how you came up on your toes, Madison? Get solid when you put your foot down so that you don't rock up on your toes. All right, let's try it again. Simultaneously, left leg, left arm. Then twist hard to the punch. Good. I'm going to count a few times. Before I do, make sure that that move, the punch, starts with your hips, not with your arm. That's the whole point of why we're practicing kata. Matthew, you ready? All right, ready? Left arm, left leg. Twist hard. Punch. Good job. Madison, put your foot in place before you spin, before you turn your body, so that your foot's on the floor. All right, let's do a few. Ready? 1. 'That's it. Madison's mom's got it. We need you in class. 2. Good job. So the danger is letting yourself lead that movement with your shoulders. Make sure it's your hips that are doing the turn. Okay, ready? 3. 4. That's it. Right on the end of that, if you catch your shoulder moving, if you feel your shoulder moving, you're starting to come over the top instead of throwing the move from your hip. So pay attention to that shoulder, the shoulder of the punch. If it jerks forward when you're punching, that's what the deal is. You're going from your shoulder and not your hip. All right, let's do a few more. Matthew, you on? Let's go. Ready? 1. Good job. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right. All right, let's go on to another piece. I selected some katas to do this with, so I just scattered, picked some different forms, trying to hit something that everybody's practicing. All right, so we're going to do the first move of Sayuchin. Everybody seems to have a problem with that anyway, so that's a good one. All right. Let's do it this way. Okay. So the first move, again, we bend our knees, get a little lower. We're going to bring our left hand up like this, and right hand extended. But it's not straight. It's bent here. Then I'm going to step forward. This hand is going to go like this. All right. Now we're going to go into the next move. I turn my hips to my left and do the break. All right, so let's do that piece again. So this hand comes up. I step forward. Leave this hand. Now all in one motion, I'm going to snap turn my hips to the left. All right. Again. All right. So I have Kelly here because I want to show you what we're doing here on this move. So I'm putting my arm, first this hand, between Kelly's arms. Then this arm I'm putting on her forearm. I'm stepping into her. Then I'm going to leave this hand here. Now, at the same time that I turn my hips, I'm going to bring these hands up. So the idea is, instead of like trying to pull Kelly's arms off, I'm going to weave into her arms and then use my hip turn to do that to her. And then break the grip. All right? So I'm going to come at you this way now. This hand up, forward. This hand weaves. See, I haven't turned yet. When I turn my hips, that's when I come up into the break. Again. Got a new camera, everybody, and it's not on the screen, so I have to constantly remind myself to look up at the camera. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm not used to my new camera yet. All right, so we're going here, forward, leave my arm, and then notice my body hasn't turned yet. So Kelly's arms are in here. I'm going to break her grip as I turn my hips. This, I want this part of my arm to be parallel to the floor. That's for artistic sake, so that we're consistent and just makes it symmetric. The whole body is balanced. Again, here, forward, breathe, snatch. Good. 2. Try to feel your hips. The reason we're doing this is to work on isolating our hips behind these movements. So I could do this move with no hips and end up in that same position. That's not the move. The move's this. Okay. All right, Kelly's going to do that coming at you. Ready? 1. Be patient. Make sure your arm's in position before you snap your hips. Don't slur it. Don't be in a hurry. 2. 3. 4. One more with Kelly. 5. Good work. All right. Practice it some on your own so I can watch. There's Madeline's mom. All right, we're going to do one more. So this is the move for Madeline and Madison. They don't know this form, so watch what I'm going to do here. What this move is a middle block. All right? But what I'm going to do is move forward as I do the middle block. So I'm here. I bring, so I'm so used to doing the form explaining that. So my right hand's on my hip. I'm going to bring my left over to my right and then switch sides. All right, now watch me do this move without doing it once so that you can see what I'm going to do. So the middle block is coming this way and my arm would be hitting somebody coming this way. So what I'm doing is putting my hip behind that move. So I'm stepping forward and then blocking with that move, coming this way. So my body's moving up as I throw the block. And that's what we want to practice. So let's get to this position. You're going to step forward with your left and then bring your arm across on the block. I'm going to try to do that backwards for everybody. All right, so here, this foot forward, and as you bring your back foot up, you block. All right, so we're here, move this foot forward, and as you bring your back foot forward, you block. Again, Madison's mom's got it the first time. Alrighty. All right, let me do it backwards for you. I don't know how good you can see that if I turn backwards, but I'm going to do it anyway. So my hands here on my right hip. I'm coming across, bending my knees, bringing my hands over to my left, stepping forward with my right, and then bringing my back foot up to emphasize the block. Okay. All right, Kelly's going to do it. I'm going to have her turn her back to the camera. Okay. So again, with your hands on your left side, step forward with your right, then emphasize the move with bringing your left foot behind your right as you block. Go. All right. So let me tell you one of the intentions here on this kata. If you had both feet on the floor, you would be able to throw that block with a lot more force. This is a drill to make you center your weight on your right foot and get your hip behind the block, because that's the only way you can generate power, because both feet aren't on the floor. So it's not about practicalness on the block. It's about a drill to help you throw that block from your hip. All right, let's do a few of them. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Good work. Okay. Now let's take a minute and look at some people's katas. I promised you this the other day. Figure out how to get out of that. All right. Where's she at? All right, Madison, I'm putting you on the spot. Let's do a kata for us. Do Chunji.
Okay, ask.
Okay, now I know it. I know it.
Okay. Good work. Very good. Good job, Madeline. Madison, I'm sorry, I did it again. I like the cat. No, the cat came down the stairs. All right. Levi, I'm putting this up for Aaron. How's your elbow, by the way? It's better?
My elbow still hurts.
How'd you do it?
Digging weeds and plants and shrubs out of the yard.
You gotta
And
quit
move.
you've got to quit doing those honeydews. All right. Can Aaron do a kata for us?
No, he's indisposed right now.
All right, you do one then.
I will try.
Is Amy there?
Yes. Back problems.
Okay.
Anyone you want to do?
Whatever you want.
Choreo.
That's good. Thank you, Levi. Good job. All right. We had Samhita do a kata the other day, so I'm going to go down to Madan. Gotta find him. There we go. All right. Now, good work. I'm going to give you one tip, Madan. So, like Lenny was talking about the other day about recoiling your kick because you're choosing where to put it down. When you're doing these sets, this set in particular, when you come across, when you kick, after the kick, make sure that you come out wide enough so that you're in a front stance. You were in a front stance, but it was a little narrow. So what happens is it takes away from that shift. You're not shifting as much because your stance was narrow to begin with. So if it's a little bit wider, you get a bigger shift, more power into the move. Okay?
So, yes, sir.
All right. How about Craig? You didn't get to do one the other night, Craig. You ran out of time. This is Mr. Frederick from Cleveland. He's going to do a form for us. Well done. So Craig either has a tremendous memory or he's been practicing those katas all along. Nice form.
He said I'd never forget them, sir. I carried them with me 30 years.
All right. It's hard to forget him. Okay, let's see. Who did not get to go? David Hankins. Is David still in class? I don't think so. David's been having problems with his connection. He must still be having that problem. All right. Well, then we're at the top of the list again. Angie, you want to do another form for us? I guess your screen just went blank. There you go. We got you. Good work. Thank you, Angie.
Madam.
All right, Kelly's going to go next as soon as I can get the camera back on us. There we go. Okay. Work. Okay. We're going to work on some self-defense here in a second. So let me update everybody on to what Mr. Phelps was saying about the governor's press conference today. He said at the end of the week, we're going to start opening up phase one. And phase one means that I think some manufacturing is going to open. They're going to open the parks, but not the recreation centers. And groups have to stay under 10. So the recreation center, even though some of our classes are under 10, but they're not going to open our class if they think there's going to be groups bigger than that. And as soon as this opens up, we may have classes bigger than that because everybody may show up to one class. So that's going to be in one of the other phases for sure. So I have classes scheduled for tonight and Thursday, and I'll just extend that. So I'll take the WebEx planner and extend into next week for sure. So we'll have a Tuesday and Thursday class next week. Again, Madeline and Madison are in this class. 4 of the instructors have posted videos that are permanently on the Greensboro Karate Institute Karate Do page, and there's links from the group page to those classes. They're actually in 3 different spots. So if you go to the announcement page on the Greensboro Karate Institute group, it says announcements, there's about 5 different links there. And they're detailed. They explain to you what you're doing. And some of them are going to the Greensboro Karate Institute instructors mini classes. So there's 4 different classes that are between 20 and 30 minutes on different subjects. Mr. Kaplan worked on front kicks and foot position. Ms. Streck worked on stances, cat stances and back stances. Let's see, David Hankins worked on hand techniques for self-defense. And I'm forgetting Angie. Angie's is popular. Lots of people have been watching yours, Angie. Angie's did hers on an iron butterfly. All right, on that note, let's work on one of the kicks that we were doing the other day. So we worked on a crescent kick. This is a crescent kick, a half circle, like that. All right. So what we want to do is work on a more advanced version of that kick. So instead of swinging my legs stiff-legged around in the crescent, I'm going to bend my knee on the lift, like that, and then I'm going to snap the bottom part of my leg out into the crescent, like I'm doing my hand like that. All right, so I'm here, I'm bending my knee, and then I'm straightening my knee out for the impact, and then coming around. So just a little push on the end from this knee bend. Here, snap. All right. Does everybody try that? Either leg, whichever one you feel most comfortable with. Ready? One. That's it. Good job, Kelly. 2. 3. Good job. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Hup. All right, switch feet. Ready? 1. Good work. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Up. Okay. And we can do this with an inside crescent kick as well. And if you watch Angie's video on Iron Butterfly, you'll see her do it really dynamically. She got some compliments from people that don't compliment, like Matt Pincola made a real positive comment about the snap of her kicks. So an inside crescent kick, you could do stiff-legged, like we did the other night, around. What we want to do is like a little knife hand strike palm up on the end of that, this way, actually. All right, so again, I'm going to bring my leg up with a little more knee bend and then try to snap it more on the end. Didn't look too high. There we go. All right, Kelly's going to do that with you. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, switch feet. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Work. All right. We didn't do this last class, but a couple classes ago we were working on a side kick. And I made the point about lifting your side kick up and making sure that your knee and heel were parallel to the floor. So tonight what we're going to do is start from here, side kick, and then step out. So when I stepped out, I stepped in front of my other foot. Then I'm going to step out again with my left leg and then do another kick. So this is like if I have a persistent opponent and I'm here, I throw a side kick to stop them and they keep coming, so I step out, kick them again as they're coming in the second time. Okay? All right, so when I count, you're going to do it twice. Ready? 1. Kick, step out, kick again. So the footwork on that step, after the first kick, you step in front of your other leg. If you stepped behind your other leg, your hip would be way out of position to do a side kick. So we're used to stepping behind, but after this first kick, when you step in front, it's like you have stepped behind. You're in the position the same way as if I stepped behind. So you're in position, your hip's in position in order to do this kick that way. All right, let's try it again. Continue. All right, let's all try it. Ready? 1. Oh, here I'm back. 2. 3. 'Get your hands up, Aaron. 4. good work. Let's turn around and do the other leg. Ready? 1. 2. 3. All right, so everybody's looking good. I can give you this advice. Work on making the steps quicker. Okay, that's what you want to work on. Because if you're too slow with that step, your opponent will close in on you. So everybody do some on your own count. Go. All right, let's stop there. I see Aaron's back. Let's give Aaron a chance to do his kata. Hold on, Aaron. I got to get you on the main screen. Okay, now we got him. Hold on 1 second. We may not have you. I needed to change mine. If I don't change mine, it doesn't record you. All right, do your kata.
I'm done.
Go ahead, start it again.
Kata.
Good work. All right. So everybody needs to practice your katas. Let me give you some information. One of the schools here in Greensboro and one of the schools in South Carolina are actually testing their students online. So students aren't taking a break because they can't go to their karate school or taekwondo school. They're practicing and their instructors are testing them. I'm not sure that we want to do a test online, but everybody should be practicing. You should be keeping up on your forms, especially the kids, because you're not in school, and so you have a little bit of time. I know that you're overwhelmed with schoolwork, but during your break time, practice your kata. As soon as we get back into class, we want to conduct some tests. Kelly's standing here. Kelly and Angie both were ready to test. Levi's ready to test for red belt. There's a number of students that are ready to test for purple belt. So you have to keep your practice up so that we can do these tests. If we come out of this and nobody has practiced, then we have to spend months getting ready for a test. Instead, you want to take the time and consistently practice your katas a little bit every day. Don't spend all kinds of time. Chunji takes 30 seconds. 10 katas would take about 5 or 6 minutes. So everybody needs to practice your forms and stay sharp so that you make it easier for the promotion. All right, before we finish class, let's do a couple self-defense techniques, sort of like on call. So I'm going to step into a back stance and middle block. And my lead technique is going to be a front leg round kick, the leg that's closest to my opponent. All right, front leg round kick. And then I can finish with both hands and both legs. In this case, I'm going to come down with knife hand strike, palm down. So again, lock, round kick, knife hand strike, palm down. Good. All right, Kelly's going to step in. Everybody do that a few times. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Good work. All right, now let's switch to a cat stance. So I'm going to block in the cat stance. And I'm going to do knife hand strike, palm up with the block, which is going to turn my body this way. And then I'm coming back with an elbow. So in other words, my first strike is setting my body up to come back in to do that elbow. That's how your self-defense techniques should work. They should flow from one technique to the other. Your second move, or the first strike, is setting up the second strike. So again, block, strike, elbow. So we don't want to fight ourselves, in other words. You're blocking, you're striking this way, and we just want to keep that motion going back and reverse it back into the elbow. All right, Kelly's going to do that a few times. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Work. Okay. Now a horse stance technique. I think I'll do it this way. So we're going to block. And with that hand, we're going to change it to a 4-knuckle punch. That means I'm going to extend my knuckles like that. Strike. And then this arm, the one that I just punched with, elbow. So that's very similar to what we just did, except we're doing it in a different stance. So we're blocking, 4-knuckle punch. I'm moving my back foot up to my front foot, cocking my arm, getting ready to elbow, moving my front leg forward as I elbow. Good. All right, again, ready? Block, 4-knuckle punch, elbow. Good work. All right. Kelly's going to do it a few times. Let's do it. Block, 4-knuckle punch, shuffle to your feet, elbow. All right, ready? 2. 3. 4. Hiya! Work. All right, let's do one more. We talked about this one the other night, so we're going to do, we're going to block, then I'm going to do knife hand strike, thumb up with my right hand. If that's hitting somebody in the side of the neck, I'm going to wrap my hand around and grab the back of their neck, and then with my right knee, I'm going to pull this hand down and knee at the same time. Ready? Lock, strike, knee. Work. Lock, strike, knee. And lock, strike, knee. Good. Let's have Kelly do that with you a few times. 3, 1. 2. 3. 4. Ha! Ha! Work. Time flies when we're having these classes. We're not doing warm-ups and I still run out of time. It's already 10 minutes after. So I am proud of the turnout that we're getting to the classes. We're having a good turnout every time. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16 people today. So that's a real good class. We've been having good classes all along, so I'm really proud of that. So let's keep practicing. Stay karate strong. Do your katas. Take a little bit of time every day and commit yourself to practicing so that when we get back to class, we can conduct some tests because everybody deserves it. All of you have been active, but you got to be precise. You got to practice your katas so that everything is sharp when it's time to test. If you just come to class and you're not practicing your katas, that's why we do what we do. So some schools, I was reading a blog the other day, a guy was talking about testing for black belt, and he was doing his newest kata only. And he was asking other people what they had to do on their black belt test, and it was about half and half. Half of the people were saying, well, we have to do our newest kata, and the other half were saying that it was cumulative, that meaning they had to do all of their katas. Wake up, Matthew. All right, so in our school, it's cumulative. You're responsible for everything that you've learned. And on the tests get progressively harder because you have to execute more katas. 3 for blue belt and 10 for black belt. So you need to practice up. Stay sharp, stay karate strong, and do your practice. Matthew, put the ball down. Thank you. All right, we're done for this evening. There's a class Thursday. Don't forget the Greensboro Karate Institute instructors mini classes. They're posted. Go to the announcement page on the group page. Click on the link that says to the instructors. They're on YouTube also. So a lot of you can see the YouTube on your TV. That would be the way to do it. But nonetheless, go to the group or the announcement page on the group page. And there's like 5 or 6 links, and they tell you what you're going to. And so the instructors have done a really good job. I'm thinking that they're going to do another one, so I'm looking forward to that. There's a couple instructors that are still working on theirs, so we're going to get theirs up as well. All right, everybody practice up. Okay, come to attention. Why do we follow the rules?
Right thing to do.
Thank you. Respect. Who's number one?
I am.
Good work.
Thank you, sir.
I had to unmute. Thanks, Bill.
Good night.
Good night. Great class as always. Hi, Bill.
Yeah, learned all kinds of things. Thank you very much.